Rim, exactly, mate. Like reamed. Rum rhymes with bum. Obviously I worked all that out and it's scripted, and I do know how to type. However, my CRT glasses are, you know what, I can't remember where they are. Such a horrendous state. Oh, Jesus Christ. So I made 2 new directories. There's some beat 'em ups in here that I haven't played already, as far as I know. Straight from the arsehole of GameBase, so they may not work on the SD to IEC. They're not tested for that in any way. And again, similarly, actually fair means or foul should be in the fighting section. However, I downloaded that before I had that idea. Stunt bike simulator. I can't remember which are the good ones and which are the shit ones. Oh, let's play Super Off-Road. Iron Man, Ivan, something or other, Super Off-Road. Now, interesting thing with this game is you do get a sense of, you know, mud plugging, getting bogged down in the mud while you're playing the game. Something you don't get on skid marks. On skid marks, there's not really like a noticeable, you know, loss of speed due to loss of traction and, you know, loss of inertia. Yeah, I don't know actually. No, don't get me wrong, skid marks is a great game, but the dirt tracks are like driving on, you know, the dirt you remember playing your Matchbox cars on in the summer when it hadn't rained for like a week or 2. Okay, I selected the wrong game. Okay, good. Why would you have auto move anyway? 1 player. What's that? I'll start match. See, I ain't got my fucking CRT glasses. So now, whilst I would never buy ping pong at a full price from Imagine, which would have been like 10 quid, I was happy with it for what effectively was 2 quid on Konami coin-op hits. Found it much more enjoyable to look at and play than bloody ER Kung Fu, which is shit. End of discussion. No comments on that bollocks. So let's check this out. Okay, it doesn't quite have the same 50 frames per second arcade game engine feel that Ping Pong has on the C64. But I'll give it a chance. So I'm having a bit of problem with it's not bad, I have to say. It's not bad if you didn't have the Konami coin-op hits. Or you didn't have Ping Pong in any other compilation it may have appeared on. Excuse me. I mean, this guy could be a bit, you know. So I actually got a point. Bloody hell, give me a chance. So that's realistic. See, I don't know how to do all the things like that. Not as good as ping pong. However, you know, probably won't buy a, you know, table tennis game anyway. Let's get the ball rolling. This is my therapeutic C64 time actually now, because going to the shops for me is like living on Mars and having go out of my habitat and go out to another building through the toxic atmosphere, and if my oxygen mask fails or falls off, I'm dead within 3 minutes. Unfortunately, apart from the 3 minutes becoming 3 weeks, it's the same shit living on planet Earth now. And again, unfortunately, unlike if I was living on Mars, I have to put up with all these disrespectful dumb cunts who are fucking gonna kill me through their fucking lack of intelligence. Yeah, I really should get my reading glasses, not reading, CRT glasses. I got reading glasses. Yeah, so as I was saying, this game is quite infuriating to play, however, without the cheats. Now, I did mention that on the comments on my gameplay capture, that I was playing it with cheats and it is not fun without the cheats. So, assuming it even works, we'll see what happens with that. So, yeah, anyway, not in a good mood already, which is why, you know, Superstar Ping Pong got dismissed quickly. It's not a particularly bad game. And with 2 players, the problem would disappear. So, my comments only apply to a 1-player game, and it was a Mastertronic release. I think. Wasn't Codemasters. Could have been Firebird, but I'm going 75%, yeah, Mastertronic in some form. So, anyway, can't see the SD to IC lights here. Good. 3 up keyboard, what's that mean? Money cheat, nitro cheat. I think the nitro cheat is what I had before. Yeah, anyway, they're all for like more than 2 players. I presume on the game you could have a 3rd player with a keyboard, I guess. I'm gonna say Ivan Stewart should lay off the booze. He's looking a bit jaundiced there. Other than that, the picture's fantastic. They probably should have used an older picture before he had alcoholic poisoning. The women look like they've been carved out of Spam. If you don't know what Spam is, you're lucky, mate. That's all I've got to tell you. Tried it once, didn't like it, as they say in the Carry On movies. I have to grab me coffee off my minimalist, very retro chic coffee table there, which is just basically it's 2 3.5-inch disc boxes, the double ones that hold 80 discs. But you cram 100 in them anyway. Yeah, you know the ones, the flip top things. So I've never heard of Jason Page. I've heard of Steve Turner. It looks better than I remember it. Perhaps because the CRT glasses are covered potentially with a lethal virus. Oh boy, that's not even a half of it. Yesterday I started my car, driving down the road. I noticed the traction control is not active, ABS is not active, and there's some other warning light in general. What does that mean? So I get to the car park there, and with a wobbly rear view mirror, which is another thing at the moment, and I thought, oh, maybe it's like when I drove my car when I moved 150 miles away. Never you mind where I moved, mate. I'm still a Londoner. And I thought that those errors would be cleared when I turn the car off, you know, the ignition completely off, and then back on again. And it was just dead, no lights at all, as if the battery had short-circuited, which does happen, which is why I don't buy cheap car batteries. And I'm like, fucking hell. So now what the fuck do I do? So I was like, well, we've got a spare battery in the back of the car. Yeah, never mind them fucking 90 quid booster shits that stop working after 2 months. Just buy another car battery and keep it in the boot of your car fully charged. You can't go wrong, mate. And I looked there and the fucking positive lead was off the battery. And I'm like, that's great, I could have been driving down the road and then everything could have just turned off. That's really dangerous actually. It's like your engine stalling in gear while you're driving. You do not want that. That's like emergency. And there was an arsehole obviously tailgating me while I was going there. What the fucking these people doing? It's 8 o'clock. Get the fuck in your house. Let the intelligent but susceptible to this dumb cunt saving virus, aka COVID, they fucking fuck off, mate. There should be a curfew for them cunts. But we don't even have face masks in this country, even though double vaccinations do not reduce transmissibility of the Indian variant of the COVID virus, which makes up 99% of cases in this country. Ah, what a fucking cunt. So perhaps we should stick to virtual driving. So I need to get Lotus 2 working on the CDTV. So okay, it's fire to accelerate, so that's good. Ah, I see the problem. You get stuck on the scenery very badly. It looks like the old pervert from Family Guy walking down the street, all this jittering going on. I think you have to use nitro to get out, or something. Yeah, so I don't know how many nitros you actually get, but we're doing pretty shit actually. I think we like 3rd place or something. I'm not even trying to get that rubbish. Oh, you got to push. Oh, right, fire is nitro and forward is accelerator. So it's got the shit fucking controls of Run the Gauntlet with fucking sensible soccer style shitty fucking Auric 1 size sprites. I was going to say Amstrad CPC, but anyway. So I managed to get in touch with my mate who used to have an Amstrad CPC after 5 months of attempting that. I get to try another course. 4th place. I thought I overtook one cunt. Yeah, I don't want to play that anymore. Like I said, It's not very playable. Maybe if they'd done accelerate as a fire button and forward for the nitro, but then you'd accidentally waste your nitros. There's no real easy way of getting around that, but fire should always be accelerate. Maybe space could be nitro. So yeah, I managed to get in touch with him, and it's amazing. I remember more of the Amstrad games he had than he remembers. And he's completely blocked out owning Commando on the Amstrad. He's like, no, I didn't buy it. I'm like, yes, you did, mate. You played Commando on my C64. You had an Amstrad when that came out. It's a funny old world, isn't it? I forget. A beautiful white 1982-83 BMW 323i. Probably 4-door, but who knows. 2 doors were actually cheaper at that time. I'm not telling you what time that is. So let's have a go of a bit of the old Steve Davis interesting snooker. And if you ever watched Spitting Image, you'll know what that joke's about. And if you haven't, I can't explain it to you. It's from a bygone era, sir. I mean, all snooker players now have no character at all, so don't really matter, does it, if they're like Stephen Hendry or Steve Davis. Now, I never had a snooker game. I had Hustler by Bubble Bus in the clamshell. Just for the record. Oh, bloody hell, I don't think these are actually lined up. Oh, it's the doors that are not. Bollocks. Goodbye. So yeah, we're getting to the stage where if the C64 comes on, I'll play something I want to play. That looks more like, what's his name from Life on Mars? What's the detective called? If you'd asked me a year ago, I'd know his name and his character name. Oh look, the seagulls are laughing at me. On the plus side, I found 2 more Tupperware things. Well, they're actually little hummus tubs, but they're very useful. You make some small llama tune topping, you take out 3 white flatbreads, defrost them. Yeah, it's not as good. I know it's not as good, mate. Shit, I can't make out the colours without the CRT glasses. How can I improve that situation? Is that light green? That's fucking light green. Nah, they should have done that light green and that dark green. Bollocks! Joystick port poo, not joystick port bum. There we go. And now what am I supposed to do? So it says press fire. Moving the joystick does nothing. I'll press fire in joystick port 2, so it must be a joystick port 2 game. So I'm pressing the usual suspects. Commodore key? Nah, not even the shift keys are doing anything. S to start, I think it's right, bollocks. Those graphics, that's about as much effort. This is not doing my mood any good at all, mate. I really need to find the Action Replay GTA cheat disc and the SCART cable for the PS2 and the actual San Andreas thing. I found the rest of it though. Why the hell I wouldn't have put GTA with a PS2 and the cheat disc as well, because GTA might actually be in the PS2. Highly likely. I'd bet money that that's the last game I was playing on there before I packed it away. Right, so it's okay, this is joystick port 2, so let's have a look here, Right, I downloaded Goosebusters which is a light gun and crosshair game with the joystick. Because the graphics looked quite interesting. It'd be interesting to compare it with Duck Hunt. It's not the same game, not even trying to be the same. And my C64 conversion graphics for Duck Hunt, they're long gone, mate. They're gone to digital heaven, if you believe Crichton, which I don't. I don't know if I want to watch Red Dwarf, actually. It's really weird. Even though it's like 2 decades after Blake 7, using a projector bulb for Red Dwarf. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But I've run out of TV shows to watch. I'm not watching Orphan Black on the projector. It's not that good. Well, she did get her tits out in episode 1. And apart from the face, she does look a lot like someone I used to know. So there is that. But yeah, I wouldn't buy Netflix or Amazon or whatever just to watch that. I can't remember which one it's from. Anyway, in-game level skip. Joystick control. Right, so they've hacked this. Oh, look. Oh, it's not. Yeah, it's not Ash and Dave. It's Andrew and no Dave at all. Wow, I must be firing like hollow points or explosive fucking shells or something. Actually, you know what? With a light gun, apart from the fact that the movements are repetitive, yeah, maybe the light gun is little less easy. Okay. On it said Commodore level skip. Oh, bollocks. Was I supposed to press something for that to activate it? Ah well, these are graphics, so they're really nice actually. Like I say, if you actually had gooses instead of these, maybe that's a later level where you get birds. They'll be smaller than you know, the duck sprite on Duck Hunt, but then that's more of a zoomed in game. I mean, you can see Lincolnshire there. You see, look, they're making sausages. That's where all that steam is in the background. Yeah. You know what? That's not bad. With a light gun, that would be quite good. I bet a light gun is actually a working one. It'd be quite difficult to find now. I wasted my youth. You should probably qualify that. When I said that, I was thinking about, I tried to get a stack light gun for like over a decade. I could never manage to get one. And they're so rare. And the last time I even was bidding for one, which went for a really stupid price, and that was like 7-8 years ago, it was for the Spectrum. So I would have had to modify it to make it work on a C64. Stack light gun looks like a pistol from like a Clint Eastwood World War II movie for the Nazis. And the rifle looks like something Edward Fox used to shoot at a certain French person high up in the French Parliament in Day of the Jackal. I don't think this horse racing thing is going to work. It's a shame because I was just working on some Scooby-Doo graphics, I think from the Mega Drive or SNES game. And I was going to use the same sort of tactic because I have to waste 4 sprites to get a high-res overlay at a size similar to the Mega Drive SNES game. So to have Shaggy and Scooby, and it's only going to be Shaggy and Scooby and enemies on the screen. Possibly you swap from one to the other when you're playing the game. And then during the cutscenes, which I haven't even thought about until just now, you could have both of them together, but you know, you use half your sprites just on that, and not even using a multicolour sprite, you'd need 8 multicolour sprites and high-res sprites to do one Scooby-Doo. That seems like a lot. How am I going to draw the Scooby snacks anyway? And you do that by basically using the background graphics underneath the sprite, and the sprite overlay is not going over another multicolour sprite underneath, but multicolour, well, bitmap preferably, but possibly character mode. That's what I was working out. See if I could get all the right colours. It's going to be a bit weird because I think we have to end up with it's either brown and green as your fixed colours for the whole screen, or brown and pink. Now the rest of the graphics, which you're going to have to do all the enemies and the backgrounds and everything with, are stuck with those fixed colours. So, but if you use bitmap mode, your third and fourth colour could be changed. So your background and the third colour could be any of the 16 colours, not just the first 8. Oh no, it's a fucking another crack try. I don't know if it works. How many fucking crack tries? 3 groups of cocksuckers, but did any of them bother to make sure it works on a fucking accelerator 2000? It does. Perhaps we downloaded the wrong game then. Joystick port 1? You reckon? No. Getting visions of having to sit through something like this, but I don't think I've done the sports racing game. Pretty sure actually. So whoever did this done the same thing. Was it some sort of baseball game I was playing, or basketball? You had to sit through some shit title screen, some shit 1982 quality C64 music, which is like 1977 Atari music. That's how bad it was in the early days. Yes, I did buy some, don't I? Oh no. I remember typing in bollocks for whatever the other game was. Was it this game? Don't think I've loaded up anything from... Ah, it was that Magic Johnson, so it's not going to fucking work now. Right, is that the only one we can play? Alright, continue. Ah no, it's not going to work. So I had to put stuff on the disc instead of having it on 2 separate discs. It's a disastrous day. Everything about today and yesterday is an absolute fucking disaster, mate. So this is our Dawn of Commodore disaster movie special, even though it's not a movie, not even a TV show, not even anything really. It's just me playing games on my C64 badly. It's not long play or a let's play or anything like that. Yeah, anyway, I did actually want to do a series called Kebab and Shoot 'em Ups. There's a lot of kebabs being eaten around the time of Gradius. Probably because I lived in an area where people knew how to make the fucking things. Kebabs, elephants. Oh, you eat steak and kidney pudding, don't you, mate? Kidney is fucking disgusting. What's the other thing they eat? Ooh, oxtail. So I don't know why people, knobs like fucking Jamie Oliver and Gordon Ramsay say that. He's probably got a recipe for a fucking some piece of shit, you know, ultimate steak and kidney pot. Well, you can only make that ultimate by taking the kidney out. Exactly, mate. You've heard of pulled pork? Doner kebab is pulled lamb with cinnamon and ground white and black pepper powder. Obviously salt. We all know the Storybook International episode, I mean. So I might have to check out the fighting directory because I'm in a fighting mood. We getting any glare off the old windows? No, good. At least that's something. So yeah, anyway, in a couple of days' time, if I haven't got a persistent cough, so I have to go to the pet superstore on Sunday morning as well. And later this week I shall be buying my drinks and treats for Christmas. So I guess I'm making my own fucking mince pies then. But anyway, not risking my life for them shit. It's like intros on a fucking film that you don't want to see. Just move on to the main event, sir. It's called Arcade Adventure. I looked at the screenshots and I was like, okay, there's graphics, there appears to be movement, potentially. That's interesting. This is multicolour sprite. Are these all sprites then? Alright, that's me then. Who's hitting who though? I don't know. Can I go off the screen? So this is like a fighting game, really. A very shit one. It's like them crap SNES RPG, what are they called? Turn-based Popeye Freak. There you go. It's a review fucking over. Can barely tell the asterisk at the moment. Oh yeah, because of all this shit that's going on, my fucking diabetes is through the fucking roof. So we're on the infected tooth diet, although luckily that hasn't happened yet. So I'm not convinced that their diagnosis is correct. Can't remember anymore if I had a boxing game. Never had fight night. Did like the loading screen. Possibly played it on my mate's Atari 800. But yeah, no, I never even saw it running on a C64. It just didn't. Those graphics weren't enough for 10 quid. There was other stuff coming along that was a genre that I would prefer to play, that were, you know, better than those. So if you add them two things together, it means not enough pocket money to waste on shit that I might not like, in all probability. Madam! And I used that word incorrectly. I can't remember what I watched that on. last thing I watched was Devs, and what a load of bollocks. There's fucking 8 hours of my life I won't get back. Which could be like 15% of my lifespan, the way things are going. Fucking idiot government. So anyway, I did remember one new game. I don't mean my mate told me about it. That was Renegade. He had Renegade on the Amstrad. It's a lot better than the C64 version. Luckily, the screenshots are so shit of the C64 version, you'd never buy it. There's no way in hell you'd buy a game that looked that shit as an arcade conversion. No way. You'd be like, what, the graphic artist was on holiday, so you had to use a fucking TI-99 artist who didn't know how to do sprite. Yeah, great stuff, mate. Could probably draw them graphics using a CPU on a VCS without using any sprites. And yes, I know they're not called sprites, but still, you knew what I was talking about, and therefore my point is valid. So yeah, Devs was a bit like phone jack ringing up to get the brand new, is it Daimler or Bentley or something? Could even be a Rolls Royce. Why don't Rolls Royce make a coupe? Because isn't that what a Bentley is? By seeing as two different companies own it, they can do what the fuck they want now, can't they? As far as I know, Bentleys are Audi technology based and Rolls Royce are more BMW based. BMW, sir. These are bloody filters. So, I plan on hopefully by the end of the week, if I'm still alive, to be stocked up and ready for the New Year's. Now, I'm going to have to forego the, you know, the Christmas presents, but, you know, if people want me around for Christmas, they must be completely isolated for at least a week. Yeah, my mate got that stink virus, obviously, because he runs his own business and they probably couldn't get furloughed knowing this dirty government. And he's a lot healthier than me for most of his life. So, thank you, legend, for not putting your music on there so I could talk bollocks. Now, there's no lights on the SD2 IC. Yes, again, it's right, okay. So this was re-released by Codemasters. Hopefully there'll be a date on there. $19.90, right? I wasn't buying C64 games in 1990. I was spending my money on blank discs. So cocksuckers making Atari ST and Amiga shit games inferior to the ones of 86 and 87, like Shadow of the Beast 1 and Marble Madness. And that's just on the Amiga, same goes for the ST. I was spending my money on blank discs, mate. So I seem to be stuck on the is it joystick port 1? Why highlight the letters? No comment. But anyway, this is probably about £3. It feels £3. Alright, it's up and right or left diagonal to hit shit. Let's try this way. How'd you turn round there? Ooh, 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 the funky gibbon. You won't bloody turn round. So you have to go off the mat. I'm not hitting anything. Alright, so that's actually quite a good thing. Do me in Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels style. No, I'm not watching that. Or Snatch. Snatch winds me up actually. I don't like Bricktop. He's a fucking annoying cunt. Now if he got accidentally killed in the first 5 seconds of the movie, yeah, that might work for me. And Lockstock has got that Ponce running his weed farm. I don't like him either. Although that scene with a Brin gun, fucking amazing. That was really good. And you think, yeah, that is Lockstock. Yeah, it is. So how'd you get out of this? Good. So I'm doing well here. There's a practice mode, which is useful. Like I said in a previous video, which I may or may not have uploaded, the August the 13th one, I believe, on Way of the Exploding Fist, when your mate's not round and you just want to improve your skills, you select 2-player and beat the shit out of the other player, innit? Just practice the joystick routines. Okay, we're doing a purple thing here. That's the way, boy, you do it in here. Yeah, there's a lot of dancing going on. What's this fucking Torville and Dean without the... Well, actually, cyan is usually used for ice. Because they've got this shit screen mode and you can't have fucking... Oh, hang on, does he recover then? This is crap. I'm not very good at this game. My attempt at beating him is crap, not the game. The game's not bad. So. No, I'm not going to win that round. About as hectic as the slow as fuck original release of Street Fighter for the SNES, compared to the Championship Edition on maximum speed on the Mega Drive. You stay there, boy. Yeah, I couldn't remember my friend's metallic bronze Cavalier hatchback. Couldn't even remember if it was a hatchback. I remembered the green one, but that's only because he painted the raised area of the bonnet, which is about 50% of the bonnet. I painted it matte black, which is all the rage now, but he did it in the 80s. I don't know where he saw it. I forgot to ask him that. I'll ask him that next time. That was actually a close call, that one. We're not going to get to see another character, whatever I do. Hang on. Does this last like 15 rounds? Oh, well. So, that'd be a pretty good 2-player game, I reckon. For a 2-player game, that'd be quite fun. Old Faithful, stay faithful to me, mate. Seem to be taking longer to wake up. So it's not a problem I have. I'm at that mid stage where I sleep less and less. Now when you're in your you know, late 80s, like one of my neighbours, then you don't get up until much later than me. I can't remember which ones of these were any good and which ones I just put on there because I knew they'd be shit. Because people like me swearing. Actually, Renegade is right. Let's check out Renegade. Renegade is fucking the most atrocious pixel art and coding on the C64 I've seen. Now maybe the music on the arcade would not translate well to a Roland Promars, and therefore the SID has got no fucking chance of making those tunes, and maybe the melodies are shit and boring anyway. But there's no excuse for the graphics, and there's no excuse for the shit coding. It's worse than the graphics on Bruce Lee. Much worse. And I never bought Bruce Lee because I didn't think those graphics were worth 10 quid. They were a bit they were a bit lemmings in size, so that wasn't my thing. Plus I didn't like arcade adventures. Like I said to my mate, Amstrad, if they had you know, some advertising person with an IQ of a gazillion, they couldn't have picked a better game than Sorcery Plus to be running on the Amstrad CPC and Woolworths. After traipsing around everywhere in the market, shopping centre, whatever you want to call it, and finding out the C64 is completely sold out. Sadly, he couldn't remember when he got a C64. But I believe Havoc was the first game that he actually did. So that's a remix of Lightfalls. Of course, this probably won't work anyway, so I'll leave the music on for a bit. Actually, I don't like the music as much. Don't mess with a true classic. But yeah, Havoc was one of the first games he got, if not the first, because he swapped me that for Punchy and Xylogon, which were my first two games. Which, despite what GameBase 64 maintains, they are both 1983 games. What Xylogon might come from Italy, I don't know about that, but you know. And I know that because if you look up the release date for Interview, well, certainly not the release date that I've got on the cassette that I own, and I've got a picture of it. So there you go, mate. It's got the copyright and the date on the cassette with a label, possibly on the back cover as well. But either way, they're wrong there. And it's about as difficult as getting Wikipedia to change something, to get something changed from there, so I don't bother. It's not really in my interest. GameBase is great for emulator users, great for people who got that special cable so I can write out their own bloody whatchamacallit. No. There are no lights on the SD to IC at the moment. No. I would have seen the red glow or the green glow. Oh, right, okay, is it going to actually fucking work? Because it ain't loaded anything yet. Yeah, the background graphics are absolutely shit. How'd you fucking fire then? I'm pressing the fire button, nothing's happening. I'm not even fucking... So is this another game I've got to find the instructions for? The obvious thing would be I press the fire button and something fucking happens. It's in joystick port 2. So I'm holding the fire button as well and then moving the thing, and it's not really working, so... Well, the music has gone off for some reason. Yeah, you would fucking jump off the platforms there. Like in Orphan Black, I could put a clip of that in there if I can be bothered. If you bought this game for 10 quid and you love the arcade. Now, bollocks. Luckily, I need the instructions to know how to fucking throw a punch. I press space. That's more than they deserve with them shit graphics. Fuck off. They didn't have to put out some shit. It looks like a typing game if you ask me. Or at least a Commodore disc user freebie on the cover disc. Now we got that out of the way. Let's Try out International Ninja Rabbits. Yeah, that's the one. I am limited to 11 characters for the SD to IC file browser to open the D64 files. That's not my fault. You can't blame me. I wouldn't mind some donuts, but because my diabetes is through the roof, I don't think that's a good idea. Especially as you need your eyesight to drive. That's certainly not a problem you want to contend with. On top of dodgy battery terminals, I did tighten them up. It shouldn't have come loose, but maybe they should have 2 fucking bolts on there to stop the bottom one undoing it. So I don't bloody know. It's not like I change the battery all the time now. Because you really don't want to break the battery terminal. So I should really put the jump leads in there just in case that does happen. Because then I can, the battery terminal connectors, because then I can use the crocodile clips to get me the 0.9 miles home from the supermarket. Although that could be a bit iffy if you're driving at night, which I've decided to do now, bollocks. No. Shields, and no. No, I won't do that either. Start with shields. No. Right, run stop for level skip. Okay. Okay, so the Easter Bunny obviously is made out of chocolate. Other than that, the building seems to be made out of solid bronze. But the rest of it is okay. I don't know why maybe there's like a glowing red tick there, and it's lighting up the bottom of his buttocks and his back. Perhaps. Other than that, it's alright actually. Nothing wrong with the music. There's nothing memorable about it either. This does not look like it's going to work. Oh, hang on. Well, it's not actually loading anything at all. The lights are not on. Is it decompacting? How highly unlikely. It's more of a SD crack scene, that is, where they compacted stuff in memory. Because they loaded it in compressed from a single-sided disc, just, because there's a single disc version of Gauntlet 2 on the ST. Although I think Gauntlet 1 you never need to put the first disc back in once it's loaded. I think you just insert the disc with all the map data and the graphics and samples, and the rest of it works. Although that's a very flaky game. Just like this crack, so we're not going to get to play that. Sadly, no Easter Bunny for me. Ah, come on. God damn it, I need my CRT glasses to help the situation, although with some of these games I don't think it would really help that much, because half of them ain't worked. And the ones that do work, like Renegade, there's no obvious way to throw a punch, and I press space and that's, like I said, that's as far as it goes. Perhaps you have to press the shift key or something stupid like that. Horse racing didn't work. McDonald Land may not work. I had to get the 2 discs onto a D71, which doesn't always work. And it might not work with the SD to IC anyway. Obviously it's a multi-load game. I had Global Gladiators on the Amiga, and the music was wicked, much better than the console Mega Drive version. Mega Drive version had a nicer parallax background, but I did enjoy playing that actually. But I never played McDonald Land on the Amiga. It looked a bit naff, even if it did come out. I think it was on the NES. I definitely had seen that. I thought, it's nothing special. See, I used to buy multi-format magazines because once you got a C64 and an Atari ST, which luckily coincided with when Gary Penn and Julian Rignall had left Zap, at which point you should stop fucking buying those issues of Zap. I think it's about 35 onwards or something. Which is why I don't have a full set of Zap 64s. Fucking Katie and Gordon and all the other idiots, I didn't have a fucking clue what they were doing. Now I had to stick the 2 discs on 1 disc because I've got an internal SD to IC. Like I said, there are no buttons to swap discs on this thing. There's no buttons of any kind. If you want to reset it, you just have to eject the SD card from the slot and put it back in. Basically a card slot and a red and a green LED. That's about it really. Can't really do anything with it. I don't know if it's got solder pads that you could add the other buttons to, but anyway. Now it might be it doesn't ask for the second disc until like halfway through the game. It's very Super Mario. Oh no, why did you waste time loading that bullshit? I want to know if the game works. Oh, I'm looking forward to Ghostbusters. It's actually there on the TV. Wow. It's like Super Mario Brothers on the moon. Walking on the moon. It's ridiculous when you can't see. Well, why is it all fucking black down there then? That makes no sense at all. So it's kind of like that. Bit of bullet time thrown in, but the graphics alright, I suppose. They remind me of those, you know, Japanese willow pattern type plates. Oh, that was close. So why are they not using the whole screen? Is there like usually some bullshit down there? No, because you got some shit up here. Live's free, whatever that means. So why are they not using the full screen? It's really stupid. They're using a raster to turn it off. So you can't fire anything. So I have to collect the rotten teeth from the kids who are fucking having a McDonald's milkshake every day. That's not really great. I was on that. Is that a loss of life? Well, I guess it is, seeing as we're going through the scenery now. So not only is it sending you to the back, but it's rubbing salt in the wounds by making you go through the whole thing backwards. Is this a bad crack or just a crock of shit? Can't really give two shits about this music either. They are doing that, bollocks. So you get the idea. It feels faster. And it didn't do that bullshit. I would have carried on playing that. Other than that. So that's another one